Hello and welcome to all. Today our first question is, with reference to India, consider the following statements. Number 1, there is only one citizenship and one domicile. Number 2, a citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. Number 3, a foreigner once granted the citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. The question was asked in 2021. It is about the citizenship and its various provision in Indian Constitution. Our options are: which of the statements given above is or are correct? Only one, only two, one and three, two and three. If we look at the statements, we get to know that a citizen by birth only can become head of the state. This is a wrong statement if you have read the topic. A foreigner once granted the citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. This is an extreme statement. It is also wrong. Hence, option A is correct. In analysis and explanation part, we get to learn that question has been framed from Indian Polity. Topic is citizenship. We need to cover this topic to mark such questions right. Regarding citizenship, we need to learn some more facts. Number 1, it defines the relationship between state and the individual. The provisions related to citizenship are contained in Part 2 of Indian Constitution from Article 5 to 11. Indian Constitution provides for single citizenship, unlike USA, where a person can have citizenship of two countries at the same time. In India, there is provision for only one domicile. In addition to this, any citizen, whether by birth or by naturalization, can become head of the state. It is also provided in the Constitution. Head of the state means President of India. The grounds for depriving citizenship of a foreigner are registration done by fraud if he had obtained the citizenship by fraudulent means, if he had shown disloyalty towards Indian Constitution, if he or she voluntarily accepts or acquires citizenship of another country. Other provisions related to citizenship are mentioned in Citizenship Act of 1955, which was amended in 2015 and 2019. Moving to our next question. According to the Constitution of India, which of the following are fundamental for the governance of the country? Our options are fundamental rights, fundamental duties, directive principles of state policy, fundamental rights and fundamental duties. The question was asked in 2013. It is regarding which provisions are fundamental for the governance of the country. The answer is C, directive principles of state policy. Again, question has been framed from Indian Polity. Topic is key features of Indian Constitution. Subtopic is directive principles of state policy. Regarding directive principles, we need to learn some more facts. Number 1, these are socio-economic rights provided to citizens and individuals of India. The provisions related to DPSPs are contained in Part 4 of Indian Constitution from Article 36 to 51. These are Irish in origin. Irish Constitution of 1937 contained these principles. These are non-justiciable in nature, yet fundamental for the governance of the country. Non-justiciable means these cannot be enforced in a court of law. It is the duty of the state to apply these principles in the making of laws. All these things are mentioned in Article 37. Moving to our next question. In the Constitution of India, promotion of international peace and security is included in the A. Preamble of the Constitution, B. Directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, 9th schedule. Question was asked in 2014. It is related to DPSPs. If you have read them, you will get to know that Article 51 talks about international peace and security. Topic is key features of Indian Constitution. Subtopic is again DPSPs. These are socio-economic rights in part 3 from Article 36 to 51. These are contained in the Constitution. These are inspired from Irish Constitution. Article 51 talks about three things. Number 1, promotion of international peace and security. Number 2, maintain just and honorable relations between nations. Number 3, foster respect for international law and treaty obligation in the dealings of organized people with one another. Coming to our next question. Consider the following statements regarding directive principles of state policy. Again, the question is on DPSP. It was asked in 2015. First statement is the principles spell out the socio-economic democracy in the country. Number 2, the provisions contained in these principles are not enforceable by any court. As we discussed earlier also, both of these statements are correct. Hence option C is right. Regarding DPSPs, we need to study two articles here, Article 37, Article 38. Article 37 talks about DPSPs are non-justiciable in nature, that is, they cannot be enforced in a court of law. Yet they are fundamental for the governance of the country, and it is duty of the state to apply these principles in lawmaking. Once these principles are included in a law, then they becomes enforceable by the court. Article 38, state shall strive to promote welfare of people by securing and promoting as effectively as it may a social order. What kind of social order? In which justice, social, economic and political shall inform all the institutions of the national life. Coming to our last question. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India is a provision made in the preamble of the Constitution, directive principles, fundamental rights, fundamental duties. Question was asked in 2015. If you have covered the topic of fundamental duties, then you will mark it very right. About fundamental duties, we get to learn that these are a set of non-enforceable basic responsibilities of every citizen. A citizen is expected to act in a certain way in a country. These are inspired from former USSR Constitution. These are based on the recommendation of Sardar Saran Singh Committee, who recommended 8 duties, but the government enacted 10 duties. By 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976, it added Part 4 in the Constitution, which included Article 51A and contained 10 duties. In these duties, Duty 3, that is C, 51AC, is related to sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Further, 86th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2002 added 11th duty, which was meant to provide educational opportunities to children between 6 to 14 years of age. That is all. Thank you very much.